Every day, countless lives are affected by the harsh realities of racism and poverty. In the shadows of our society, there are stories waiting to be told.
Gosto de te ver sorrindo, pipocando aí pela rua.
This is a story of struggle, lost dreams, and tragedy.
Onde é que vocês moram?
Candelária.
Candelária Rua?
Igreja Candelária Centro.
This story is powerfully told in the miniseries The Four of Candelaria. It reveals the heartbreaking truth about 4 children living on the streets of Rio de Janeiro, whose lives were tragically cut short. It's based on a real event called the Candelária Massacre. In 1993, 7 street children were killed by police outside the Candelaria church in Rio de Janeiro. The fictional children, Jesus, Douglas, Set, and Pipoca, they had dreams like any other kids. They wanted to play, to laugh, to be loved.
O que aconteceu?
A gente precisa limpar essa área toda aqui.
But on that fateful night, their lives were tragically interrupted by the very people meant to protect them. These stories are not just about numbers or headlines. They are about real lives. Lives that were filled with potential, now lost. In the wake of this massacre, some of the survivors have continued to fight against the odds, becoming advocates for change. They remind us that while the system is broken, hope and resilience still exist. It's easy to ignore these issues, but we can't turn a blind eye. We must listen to the stories of those affected. We need to recognize the struggles faced by marginalized communities, not just in Brazil, but all over the world. The Four of Candelaria shows us the consequences of neglect and discrimination. The children in this story deserve to be remembered, and their experiences should inspire us to seek justice and change. We must honor their memories by pushing for a world where every child can grow up safe and loved. These issues are not confined to one city or country. Around the world, people continue to fight against systemic racism and poverty. We must stay informed and active. Despite the darkness, there are countless advocates and organizations working tirelessly to uplift marginalized communities. Their stories inspire us to believe in the possibility of change. Let's not just watch and move on. Let's educate ourselves, support those who are making a difference, and stand against injustice in our communities. Every voice matters, and together, we can challenge the systems that perpetuate inequality. Let's come together to challenge racism and poverty. Let's stand together for a future where every child can dream freely and safely. We have the power to make a difference. Because at the end of the day, these stories matter, and so do the people behind them. In a world where we can choose to turn a blind eye, will you choose to stand up for those who cannot?